Hi coloring friends, I welcome you to my very first video of 2025. So first of all, let me wish you all a happy, healthy, prosperous and colorful new year. In today's video, I have a wrap up for you. I will show you all the completed pages that I have colored in 2024. And I can do this because I don't color as much. My target was to color one page per week, which makes 52 pages in total, and I actually managed to color 44 pages. So I did quite well, except for the last 2 months, November and December. I usually never have a lot of time, and so I didn't manage to sit and color a lot and finish something. So, but now let's get started and have a look on all my completed pages of 2024. So, and we are going to get started with my smaller size coloring books, with my pocket size coloring books. I love to work in pocket size coloring books, and the first book that I want to share with you is Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. This is one of my project books, so to speak. I'm in a buddy coloring group. Our target is to finish this book eventually, and this is also one of my 10 books to finish eventually. So, yeah. This is the first page that I basically did, and I think we are going through kind of a little bit quicker, not too slow, because we have actually 44 pages to look at. And yeah, so this is the second Hannah Lynn page that I managed to do from this book in 2024. I love the background here, which was a pleasant color. So then, I also did this beauty here. I love her. I love the color combination of her hair here. I always love to color Hannah Lynn pages because it's so much fun to work on those hair, to do a very colorful color combination. So this was actually a whip that I have finished last year. Actually, let me tell you, the first page was a whip as well. So this was a whip. The next two were started from scratch, so to speak. This was a whip that I finished. Then this was another whip that I managed to finish. It was not missing a whole lot, but I didn't know how to finish up this owl here, and so it took me so long to finally sit down and continue this. I had started this one in actually very early in my coloring career, so to speak, because I used this page as a test out page for the color combination that I had used in my very first color along on this channel. So if you're interested in my very first color along, I will link it up in the corner for you so that you can check it out if you want. And then, yeah, this was page number 6 that we have, or that I have completed last year in this project book. And yeah, I also love this colorful hair here. I did outlines with a silver gel pen, so it's quite effective actually. I hope it's showing up. Then I did around the border just some clear stickles, which is also quite nice actually. And yeah, so this was my first pocket size book. And now I also colored in Valentine's Cuties by Joshua Dunbar. I really like Joshua's images, and this was my very first page that I colored from this book. It's Peter Pan, and I actually shared it also in one of my coloring update videos. And yeah, so this was for Color You Hoard basically. I did it for Valentine's Day, and then I also worked in Island Cuties, also by Joshua Dunbar. I really love his pocket-sized books. They're always so much fun to color. And I did this little merman here. On this one, I actually tried out the Artix acrylic paint markers with a brush tip. And to see if I can color with the brush tips, basically. So with acrylic paint markers. And it did work quite well, actually. So then I also colored this page here, and on this one I used my Neocolor 2 and then with a blender brush. So this was really a quickie. I think it took me maybe an hour or so, and yeah, it was a lot of fun actually. So now we are getting a little bit bigger. This is still in my shelf for the pocket books. This is Witches Around by Yusiko. And this is also for Color Your Hoard. I did my very first page from this book here. So finally started another uncolored book. This is always so much fun. And I did this here for Halloween. So this was also a started page. So last year I showed you how to color those pumpkins down here, and then, yeah, this year I really wanted to finish this one. Do have a little bit of stickles here and some other shiny watercolors for outlining. I like to do that. So now I'm going to show you some Amazon books with people, portraits and that kind of stuff, human-like beings. And this one is actually Moe Mermaids by Hannah Lynn. I got this book, I think, last year. And yeah, I finally did my very first page from this book, and I loved this one. I did this in June, and it was so much fun. I came from a coloring slump in May, and then I think it was this page here. It was actually one from Daria, and after Daria's I colored this one. So those pages brought me out of my coloring slump. I just went very colorful, and I just, yeah, absolutely adored how it came out, and it was so much fun. Background was done with Neocolor too. Actually, I don't have a lot of backling on this page. Yeah, and then I used those beautiful color shifting watercolors. A little bit of stickles. So, and then I also finally got started with Green Witches by Coco Wyo. Coco Wyo brings out the most beautiful witches books, I think. My favorite witches books. And this one was uncolored, and in this Halloween season, I have to say in last Halloween season, I finally got started with this book. I had a lot of fun with mixed mediums on this page here, and I used it for a coloring update video to share you just a few different methods, how to speed up your coloring. Yeah, I love the outcome of it. And I also did this page here. Yeah, this was another fun page. I love to color her dress, and I actually had a lot of fun on this page here. I colored it a lot with Pablo's, which I hadn't used for a while, and it was so much fun. So marker base, and then colored over with pencils. So another book that I have colored for the Halloween season last year. This is Night Magic by Selena Fenech. And in this book I had colored one page, and I finally managed to do a second page. And I was so happy about it because I would love to fill up my books a little bit more with color and just add some more pages. And I was so happy that I finally did it because I wanted to do it for the last couple of years actually. I think my first page I had colored in 2020. And yeah, this one I just did in 4 years later, in 2024. So, oh yeah, and we have this fun sparkle on her dress here. This is Mod Podge. I love Mod Podge, especially the sparkly one. And they have different colors like a gold, a silver, and like a mirror, like an iridescent sparkle. I love these. The glue is quite matte, so yeah, love these stickles. I love this glitter glue. Yeah, I managed to do my very first page from Chris Ortega. This is a Colorless Kingdom Volume 2, and it was on my coloring bucket list for 2024 that I finally wanted to get started with Chris Ortega. Her pages are quite detailed, as you can see here, and that's why I think I tend to gravitate to some easier pages maybe. But I love her art. It's so beautiful. And so yeah, I finally managed to color my very first Chris Ortega page. I was so happy with it. I actually also really love the outcome. I love the green dress here. I used mixed mediums a mixed medium approach for the background to make it a little bit easier for myself to color it. And to make it more approachable, and this worked very well, and I can't wait to actually color more from this book because I love it. I have also 2 of her other books and I would love to get started in those as well. So yeah, this was Chris Ortega, A Colorless Kingdom, Volume 2. Now let's have a look on my PDF pages, and I'm going to get started with one of my favorite pages that I have colored last year. This was obviously for the Halloween season, and this is a page by Mystic Art Mirrors. She brought out a new book, which I got the PDF version of, and yeah, this was the first page that I colored from this book. Again, of course, a mixed media approach here. For the background, I used gel crayons. I used, a lot of sparkle here, and it was just a lot of fun. I also used some stamping. I used some magical powder, and yeah, absolutely love this one. And, I always try to move it a little bit so that you can't see the sparkle, if you wonder why I do that. Then I colored this beautiful page here from Lana Green Art. This was a started page, so this was a whip which I finished off. Only my favorite parts were missing, like the face, the hair. I had colored all that stuff here basically. And by the way, this page is almost completely colored with polychromos, except the skin. Skin I usually do with Prismacolors, and I think the blonde combo here was with the Derwent Lightfast. Yeah, I tried out Derwent Lightfast and I enjoyed it a lot. I like this blonde combination, how it came out. I really like the minimal background that I did here. It's like a minimal background approach, and I think it looks really effective. Just this very popping blue and then fading it out a little bit of silver splatter on top. Yeah, it was quick and it was fun. So yeah, love this page here. Then I think I did my very first page from, I will blend in the name. I cannot come up with a name right now, but it was my very first page that I did of her. I have one that is almost completed, but not quite yet. But yeah, this one I finished. And yeah, on this page I did my shabby chic background. This is a background method that I really like. I also shared a video on it, how to do it. I tried out a new darker skin color combination. I used some Tuscan red, and this is really a red color, but it did work out in the end actually. I think it doesn't look too bad. And and I used, of course, my favorite glittery watercolors on this page here to make those hearts all with a different shade of violet. And yeah, this is kind of like a limited color palette. First I had a different background on this one, and it was too bright, and yeah, it just didn't fit it. And now with this pastel-y tone here, with those violets, a little bit of pinks, I really like it. Yeah, so this is another favorite of mine, I think. And then I finished a long-standing whip basically. This is a page by Mariola Budak, and I had started this one years ago, to be honest, years ago. And then I continued it in the last couple of years. And I continued it, but I didn't finish it. And then this year, I thought that I finally wanted to finish it. Yeah, it was missing like all those details, like the bones and all the feathers and all the details basically. And the background, of course. And then I just sit down, colored in the details, and for the background I used a glitter watercolor, very shiny, very sparkly. Used up quite a bit of my watercolor, so I think I won't do this again. But on this page I actually think that it looks quite nice. I really love violet. You must know that violet is one of my favorite colors. So I played a lot with violet in the last year, I think. And enjoyed this one. So these were all my PDF pages. Okay, so I just got the next stack ready, and the next few books that we are going to take a look at is my easy coloring. I really love to do easy coloring in between. I love to do portrait stuff, so we will have a stack with portraits as well. So this is Matchstick Mouse, a floral coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. I love this little mouse and these pages here. They are always just really fun, relaxing, small pages to do. I actually also love to use mixed mediums on here. So the background is done with a Neocolor 2. And then I used this sparkly watercolor. This was actually a new watercolor that I got from one of the China brands, I think. Lightwish or so, could it be? I can't remember now, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think I used a marker base for this mouse, and then I actually have a tutorial how I color this little cute Matchstick mouse here, and I use it for myself now. Yeah, it's quite helpful. And then I colored another page from this book, and it was this page here. Actually, one of my favorite images, because I love to color roses, but I have to say, this is not my favorite outcome, to be honest. So this might be one of the more disappointing pages that I colored last year. Yeah, but it is what it is. Not every page can be a masterpiece. So, and then I colored more from Matchstick Mouse in the autumn season. This is a Halloween coloring book. And in this page, I also managed to color 2 pages. So this is the first one that I did. Yeah, quite simple because the backgrounds are blacked out here. But I have to say it was a lot of fun to really focus on this little mouse here to make her look a little bit furry. And then, you know, I did those very fine outlines, and this I like a lot better. The problem with the other page was that the lines were just very thick, and I think that it doesn't look so nice. But when you can manage to do very fine outlines, which hopefully is coming along on this page here, that I like a lot. So, and this is also a snail page, because, you know, I like to color snail pages because I consider myself as a snail colorist. So yeah, so this was the first one. And then I did another one from this book, and it was this gigantic pumpkin here. And yeah, I used this page here also for a coloring update video. I wanted to show you and to demonstrate you how I use the Neocolor 2 together with a blender pan. And you can see there's hardly any buckling on this page here, even though I used a water medium. And because those blender pans, they use just very little liquid. But I have to tell you, actually, once the camera was out, I grabbed my water brush and did the rest with a water brush because it's a little bit easier to blend the colors. But yeah, so this was a fun, quick page here, and I enjoyed it a lot. I love Matchstick Mouse. Thank you, Morgan, for creating these books for us. I love them. And then I also love the books from Joshua Dunbar. And I couldn't imagine it, but I love his Easy series, Easy Spring by Joshua Dunbar. And in this book, I managed to color this. Oh my gosh. I managed to color this page here, this statue. And this was a lot of fun. So in these books, what I love about them, I like to use, because usually we have a little bit of a background here. And I love to use, for example, inks. Here I have used Distress Oxide inks. I had them new and I wanted to try them. I just got some greens and some blues. That's why, yeah, many of those backgrounds are green or blue. Yeah. And yeah, then I use my alcohol markers. I do a little bit of shading on the details, like on the birds, like on the flower. And then I go in with a little bit of a glittery stuff. And it's good. It's a lot of fun, really a lot of fun. I love it. I really like the outcome. So, yeah, I'm a fan of easy coloring, actually. So I did another one in Easy Summer. Easy Summer by Joshua Dunbar. And on this one, I also experimented with my Distress Oxide inks. And here I wanted to have a very contrastful background compared to the flower itself. I also practiced how to color strawberries, so that's another reason why I like these books. We have the objects a little bit bigger, so we can focus on a specific object to really study it, if you so will. And then we have those cute characters on these pages, and yeah, I just really enjoy them. So, yeah. Yeah, so this was Joshua Nanba, Easy Summer. And then another easy coloring book is Chris Rainiak's Morning Scribbles, and this was the Halloween coloring book. And this is also one that I really like for, you know, just playing with backgrounds. So this background was done with Distress inks. And then I used stencils, a spiderweb stencil on this one here to just get a little bit creative with the background actually. And then I used another stencil with a stencil paste, with a glittery stencil paste to do, yeah, these splatters here on this page. And yeah, I really love these pages just for relaxation, for trying out, for using my mixed mediums. And the ghost itself was done with Neocolor 2 and with a water brush this time. And I outlined him with some, yeah, glittery watercolor. So these pages I really just use to relax and have a lot of fun. And yeah, so this was Chris Rainiak's Morning Scribbles Halloween. And then I would also consider this Chibi Gold's Grayscale book as an easy book. It is a lot more detailed actually, but still, yeah, since this is Grayscale, I would still consider this as an easy coloring book. On the other hand, this Grayscale is basically quite dark, which, yeah, makes it a little bit more... hey, it's not difficult, but you have to like it. And for me, this is my only book with this dark Grayscale. Of course, I'm not the biggest fan, but yeah, in this book, I really enjoyed it actually. And this page is completely colored with Prisma color, I think. Most probably I did a marker base, cannot really tell you now, but most probably I did a marker base and then went over with the Prisma color. So, and yeah, this was my very first page in this book, so this goes also for Color Your Heart. Chibi Gold by Jade Summer, 4 books in 1. Now I'm going to show you 2 of my favorite coloring book artists, and the first one is Christine Karen. So I do color quite a bit of her because, as I said, she is one of my favorites. I love to color her portraits and characters. It's so much fun. And I'm going to start with Fairy and Fantasy 2 by Christine Karen in the grayscale version. And I had some whips from last year in this book, and I decided to finish 2 of them. So this is the first whip that I managed to finish from last year. That means from 2023, because I finished this page in 2024. It's always so difficult when we have those changes. Yeah, but yeah, I used here again a stencil and some stencil paste. A lot of fun because we had a lot of background on this page. So I went in and did just some mixed mediums, which I love to do, sparkle, which I also love to do. A lot of sparkle on her dress here, basically, which is, the dress is colored with Crayola Super Tips. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, and then the second one that I did is this page here. And this was also colored with the Crayola Super Tips. And the background is just quite simple, a gel crayon background. Gel crayons is my favorite medium to use for backgrounds, I have to say. And this is another snail page that I did. So I think I counted only 2 snail pages so far. Yeah, maybe it will be some more in 2025, I hope so. So this page is actually not the most exciting for me. I find it a little bit boring, I don't know. And I don't know how I did her eyes. Way too black for this size of her face. So This makes her look much older, I think. And yeah, okay, let's move on. So then I also colored the page from Characters Through Worlds and Times, also in the grayscale version. Actually, I wanted to finish up a whip from this book, but then in the end I decided to go for a new coloring page, and it was this one here. Yeah, this is Gordon Friends, and I used again the gel crayons. And what I really love about this page is it's very soft. Those very soft green tones that I've used here. I love the outcome of it. And then on her dress, I tried to do a jeans optic. And I also wanted to color more like whitish clothing, which I tried to do her because I thought it would look so soft and would fit her quite well. So yeah, and I don't have any special effects on here, no glitter, nothing, because I thought this whole image is just so soft and I didn't want it to take away from it. So yeah, this was Characters Through Worlds and Times by Christine Caron. And then I also worked, of course, in Fairy and Fantasy 3. And this is one of my project books, if you so will. One of my 10 books to finish eventually. And I had this whip in here and I wanted to finish it. I think I had this whip going for maybe 2 years. I started it when the Artex pencils, the small set, came out the first time. And yeah, I got them and I wanted to try them out. So I have finished this page with Artex pencils. Also the skin is also done with Artex pencils, so they do work quite well on this paper here. And yeah, so this is this one. And then I have worked in Fairy and Fantasy, the first one. And yeah, this is another one of my 10 books to finish eventually. And I thought I would color this page here for Year of the Dragon. I wanted to color this page here for a couple of years, actually. And so, yeah, I decided to finally do it and have a lot of fun with it. So I did a very reddish, pinkish color combination here. And the background is done with Neocolor 2, going from a violet into a blue. And I think I have used Pablo's on this page here. And I actually showed you how to blend with alcohol markers in a coloring update video. So I have a little bit of stickles here on her dress. And I used my Artex brush markers. Yeah. So this was also a lot of fun. And now we're having a look at my pages from Daria Shakisoy. And Daria is also one of my favorite coloring book artists. And this is Color and Chic coloring book number 2, Fantasy and Fairy Portraits, also in the grayscale version. So this is one of her older books, basically. It's also one of my 10 books to finish eventually. Yeah, because this is just a topic that I really like to color. I wanted to bring in a little bit more variation for myself in 2024. But I still love to color characters and portraits. So yeah, this is a page that I wanted to color for a couple of years as well. There's never enough time to color everything that you fancy. But yeah, last year I decided to go with this page here finally. And I gave her a multicolored eyeshadow, green and pinks. I really like it. I also brought back those colors in the leaves and her dress here. A lot of sparkle on the wings of those bees here. This is Amazingly Adorable Characters Collection, coloring book number 9. And yeah, this was a new book. And so I have started this book here. So this book also goes, or these pages go for Color Your Hoard, because yeah, I started the book with this page here basically. I really like the color combination that I did on her dress, very soft, going from a green, yellow, and then a little bit of a pinkish color. And also have a little bit of stickles and sparkle here on the end of her dress. Make this very leafy here. I don't know, I don't like the background so much. I think, I don't know, maybe these colors don't go too well together. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something that I don't like about it, but I love how her dress came out. So, and then I also did this page here. So this is, yeah, rather a portrait. And yeah, this one I also absolutely love to color. This one was actually a quickie because, yeah, it's just her face basically. And once the face and hair is done, there's not a whole lot. A little bit of background, which I did with Neocolor too. And then, yeah, I tried to practice cherries here. I'm not so happy with the border here, which I did with the Coleros watercolors. And yeah, but I like the greenish tone here, so very happy with that. And I also did some glitter on her eye makeup this time, so happy with that. And then I did one last page from this book. And this is my absolute favorite image that I have colored from this book. This was basically the page that brought me out of my coloring slump in May. I think I have finished this in June, yeah. So at the end of May, I think I started to color this one here. And this was so much fun. I made it so colorful. I love colorful pages. Yeah, that it brought back the fun for me of the coloring. And yeah, after that, I continued and colored a lot more pages again. So yeah, the background was done with the Neocolor 2s again. So it seems that I use Neocolor 2 quite often for smaller backgrounds, you know, and this is a little bit better Amazon paper, I think. Yeah, marker bases, alcohol marker bases, and then went on top with pencils as I usually do, and add some glitter, some stickles also on her tail here. And I really love those colorful fish here and her colorful hair actually. So yeah, this was really a lot of fun. And then I colored 2 more pages from Daria, and I did them from Fantasy and Fairy Cuties. This is coloring book number 8. Oh, and this is another one of my 10 books to finish eventually. And I had a started page in this book. It was this one. So this was started in 2023, and I really wanted to finish it. So I did finish it at the beginning of March. So I did it quite early in the year, I think. And yeah, I love the color combination on this page here. So quite happy with the outcome. Another 2 bees added because I actually found out that I didn't color as many bees as I could, because there are actually quite often bees in our coloring books, and I just haven't colored many. So yeah, added some bees to my bee coloring, so to speak. So, and then I colored this page here, which is one of my favorite images that I colored last year. I absolutely love this color palette that I have used here. So again, the violet tones and quite limited color palette. I wanted to do like this silvery kind of hair, and because I wanted to color this a little bit more silver hair. And yeah, then this very dark, almost like a violet blue, and then this violet background here done with the gel crayons again, her colorful eye makeup. On Daria pages, I usually like to give them eye makeup because it makes the page a little bit more colorful, and I love color. And of course a little bit of glitter here on her wings, a little bit on the dress, and yeah, very happy with this page here. So this was my last page from Daria. Okay, so let's have a look on my better quality coloring books. This book is by Hannah Carlson. This is Tales from the Witch's Cottage in the original print. And I do have this paper in here because I'm working on a page which is not done yet. So I need it a little bit as a protection page. But the page that I colored basically is this page here. And here again I did my shabby chic background. I filmed it. I wanted to do it as a tutorial. Maybe this page wasn't the perfect choice for it. But it is a lot of fun basically, and I really like the look. So Yeah, if you want to see it, I think I will link it in the info box for you so that you can check it out if you're interested. It's a very effective background, very easy to do. You just need some gesso and some gel crayons. Do it a little bit in pastel colors and then go over with a white gel crayon, and that's it. Yeah, and then I also used my Inktense on this page here. And yeah, I was reminded how much I enjoy the Inktense and how vibrant they are. So this was a lot of fun to color them with Inktense, and I want to do a lot more next year, this year basically. I want to do a lot more in 25 with my Inktense and also in these type of books here, which are really good for Inktense. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. And then last year, so in 24, I wanted to color more from Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, and I have finished a whip from Mermaids, and I do have quite a few whips in here, but the page that I managed to finish is this page here. So unfortunately in May I usually have a coloring slump. I don't know what it is, but it happened the last 2 years. Hopefully it's not going to happen in 25 again, because actually I love to color mermaids. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, but I'm very happy that I finished this page here. I haven't colored Jasmine Beckett Griffiths for a couple of years, and I really wanted to go back to her books and color more again, because I love her stuff. And this is the Halloween coloring book. And in this book I also... wait, I think, is it? No, not here. I should have marked it, but yeah, here's the page that I also colored in 24. This was very much inspired by Zazu and Color. She has a tutorial for this page, and she just used different mediums than I did, because she used distress inks, I think, and I used gel crayons, but the outcome is quite similar. So you don't need the same mediums, the exact colors to follow something. And it was a lot of fun. I wanted to make her very ghosty, and I think I managed to do it. I did this fork here with my white gelato, and I also went in a little bit with acrylic paint pen, to be honest, because just to bring it out a little bit more, because the gelato is quite soft, I will have to say. So yeah, a lot of stickles here on her dress, and after all, I really loved the outcome of this page here, and I want to do a lot more of her in 25. So now we get to my square books, and we are almost through. So this one is Mouse Guard by David Peterson. This is a book that I really enjoy to color in. And last year in 24, I did a body coloring with Erica from Elm Colors, and it was this page here. And yeah, this is square size, so I absolutely adored this page here. In this book, I also like to work a lot with mixed mediums, like with water mediums. I think the background was done with a Neocolor too, and then the rest, or a lot of the stuff, was done with the Inktense here. And then the mouse was done with pencils, and then I also added a little bit of a glitter watercolor on those dandelions here. I hope it's showing up, because this effect is really nice. Yeah, hopefully it's showing up. So this was a lot of fun. And then I finished my very first page from Eerie. This is Romantic Country, the second tale. And Eerie is one of my first coloring book artists, so to speak. So some of the very first books that I owned, and I hadn't colored, or I hadn't finished a page from her. I had started some, but I never finished one. And yeah, in 24, I finally managed to finish this page here. I mean, I started it and finished it. And again, I used a mixed media approach on this page. So I used my my gel crayons. I think it was a cheap brand. The gel crayons on the background here. The paper is quite smooth in these books, which makes it actually a little bit hard to work on them, I think. The tree was colored with Neocolor 2, I think, and with a blender pen. And then, yeah, it was a lot of fun to do this shine here. The owls are colored with pencil, and yeah, I just tried out different mediums on this page here, and I actually really like the outcome. So that was a lot of fun. I love that this background is so colorful. So yeah, it was a nice page actually. I enjoyed it, and I'm so happy that I finally managed to get started in Eerie Books, and I would love to do another one. So, and then my last page that I have to share with you is from Mythographic Aviary. And yeah, in 24, I really wanted to color more from the Mythographic series. I got started with a few, but I also finished one. So very dear to my heart, this book. And yeah, I wanted to get finished with a page in this book, and I have to say that I struggled on this paper as well a little bit because it is quite smooth again, and I think I'm used to a little bit more texture, I guess. So it's quite unusual for me to work in these books, and but yeah, this page was a lot of fun. I did the background with gel crayons again. I did this basically with alcohol markers and then went in just with a little bit of shading, which made it a lot easier. And then I tried out some better quality pencils on this, and those worked quite well. It was the Derwent Lightfast and the Luminance, so really expensive pencils, but I enjoyed to work with them in this book. Very pleased with the outcome of this page here, and this is my last page that I have to share with you today. So these were 44 pages, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I have a lot more stuff to come in the next few weeks, let's say. Reviews, plans, goals, yeah, everything, it's going to come. So I hope I will see you in the next days again here on my channel. And until then, I wish you all the best, happy coloring, and bye!